In a dark corner of history, forgotten manuscripts reveal a shocking truth about the creation of humanity. What if everything you learned was wrong? Ancient texts suggest that the origin of human beings was not an act of love, but a response to a celestial war. Imagine superior beings in the midst of a cosmic conflict, creating humans as pieces in a divine game. This intriguing idea leads us to question, what really is our purpose here? These forbidden writings assert that we are destined to evolve, to become divine guardians, even to replace the fallen angels. But what is stopping us from reaching this potential? An endless cycle of birth and death where we forget our true origins with each new life. What if the key to breaking this cycle is hidden by those in power? Do the church and other institutions have something to hide? What else haven't they told us about our spiritual evolution? Prepare for an eye-opening journey where ancient mysteries meet unsettling truths. What would you do if you discovered that your destiny goes far beyond what you imagined? The ancient manuscripts that intrigue scholars and curious people have a fascinating origin. Many of them have been discovered in remote locations, such as caves or ruins of forgotten civilizations. Dating these texts is challenging, but modern techniques such as carbon dating have helped establish periods ranging from millennia ago to more recent centuries. The authenticity of manuscripts is often debated, and experts pore over every detail to verify whether they are truly originals or later copies. Researching these documents is a true treasure hunt, where each fragment found can reveal new truths about the past. Analysis of the historical context in which these manuscripts were written is equally important. They often reflect the beliefs and values of civilizations that have mostly disappeared. This includes cultures such as the Sumerians, Babylonians, and Egyptians, who left a legacy rich in myths and stories about human existence. These texts not only talk about creation, but also about everyday life, the challenges faced, and the knowledge accumulated. Understanding these civilizations is essential to uncovering the hidden messages that manuscripts may contain. Among the texts, there are narratives that seem to dialogue with each other, suggesting an interconnection of ideas. This network of information can reveal how different cultures approached existential questions, such as the origin of humanity and its purpose. Studying these connections can lead us to new understandings about the evolution of human thought over the centuries. The search for the origin of manuscripts is, therefore, an invitation to explore not only the past, but also the very essence of humanity. The discoveries about these texts have implications that go beyond simple intellectual curiosity. They make us reflect on how our own beliefs have been shaped over time, and how ancient knowledge can still influence our understanding of the world. In a world where information spreads quickly, the rediscovery of ancient manuscripts can be a guiding light amid the darkness of misinformation. The origin of ancient manuscripts continues to be a fertile field for investigation. Each new discovery leads us to question what we know and explore new possibilities. After all, the search for answers about our ancestors is a journey that never seems to end. In ancient manuscripts, we find intriguing accounts of the creation of humans, which deviate from traditional narratives. Rather than a single divine creation, some texts suggest that humanity emerged from a conflict between angelic factions. This dispute could have been motivated by different views on the role of humans in the universe, which opens up a range of interpretations about our own existence. This narrative of celestial conflict is fascinating because it makes us think about the duality between good and evil. Instead of being created solely by divine love, humans would be the result of a cosmic battle, which calls into question the idea that our origin is purely benevolent. This perspective leads us to question not only the nature of creation, but also the forces that shape our lives and choices. Furthermore, the idea that humanity is the result of a dispute suggests that we are not alone in our internal struggles. If different factions are involved in our creation, it implies that life on Earth is a part of a larger drama, where each of us plays a significant role. This vision can be both terrifying and liberating, as it places us at the center of a cosmic narrative. The manuscripts also present the notion that the decisions made by these angelic factions influence our spiritual evolution. This leads us to reflect on what it really means to be human. Are we mere pawns in a celestial game or active participants in our own story? This doubt is fundamental to understanding our place in the universe and the responsibilities assigned to us. Analyzing these texts allows us to expand our understanding of creation. By exploring the idea of a celestial conflict, we are invited to rethink our beliefs about God, angels, and the nature of humanity itself. This journey of reflection can help us find deeper meaning in our lives and in our relationships with others and the cosmos. Diving into the manuscripts, we found an intriguing idea. Humans were designed to evolve spiritually and become divine guardians. This suggests that our existence goes far beyond simple survival or reproduction. Instead, we are seen as part of a greater plan, where our spiritual development is essential to the balance of the cosmos. This concept of spiritual evolution implies that each of us has a unique purpose to fulfill. The idea that we can become divine guardians inspires us to seek internal growth and reflect on our role in the world. This raises important questions. What does it mean to be a guardian? How can we achieve this heightened state of consciousness? These questions invite us to explore new ways of life and new paths of personal development. The manuscripts also make us think about the implications of this evolution. If we are destined to become guardians, it means we have a responsibility to care not only for ourselves, but also for the planet and all its creatures. This vision can generate a sense of urgency and motivation to act more consciously and responsibly in our daily interactions. Furthermore, this idea of hidden purpose challenges us to reevaluate our understanding of life and death. If life is a journey of spiritual evolution, then every experience, good or bad, is a learning opportunity. It changes our perspective on the challenges we face and encourages us to see them as essential parts of our growth. Ultimately, this exploration of hidden purpose leads us on a deeper search for answers. By questioning ourselves about our true nature and destiny, we are compelled to seek knowledge, self-knowledge, and a more meaningful connection with the universe. This journey may be long, but the promise of significant spiritual transformation makes it worthwhile. In ancient manuscripts, the idea of reincarnation appears as a central concept. They talk about an endless cycle of birth and death that human beings experience. This cycle is often described as a process that imprisons us, preventing us from remembering our origins and the greater purpose of our existence. According to these texts, most of us go through countless lives, but end up forgetting who we really are and what we came here to do. This loss of memory about our past experiences makes us repeat the same mistakes, as if we are stuck in a loop. Forgetting our origins is considered one of the main reasons why we are unable to evolve spiritually. The manuscript suggests that by not remembering our past lives, we become hostage to a cycle of repetition that prevents us from reaching a higher state of consciousness. Thus, the lessons we should learn in each life become difficult to assimilate. This idea provokes reflection on the importance of self-knowledge and the search for answers that help us get out of this spinning wheel. Furthermore, the vision of reincarnation presented in the texts reveals a deeper aspect of human existence. Every life we live is an opportunity to grow and learn. However, if we are unable to access this knowledge, we end up repeating similar patterns and experiences without really making progress. The cycle becomes a burden that we carry, and the proposal is that, by recognizing this dynamic, we can begin to make more conscious choices. The manuscripts also address the issue of ancestral memory, suggesting that at some level, we all have access to this forgotten knowledge. This memory, if awakened, could help us break the cycle of repetition. Therefore, the search for practices that stimulate this awakening becomes fundamental for anyone who wants to escape this vicious cycle and find a deeper meaning in life. In short, the concept of reincarnation in the manuscripts invites us to reflect on how forgetting our origins can imprison us. By better understanding this cycle, we can look for ways to free ourselves and connect with our true purpose. It is a journey that requires courage and willingness to face what is hidden within us. Ancient manuscripts offer fascinating insight into spiritual awakening and ascension. They suggest that to break the cycle of reincarnation, a conscious process of self-discovery is necessary. This awakening is seen as an inner calling, an intuition that leads us to seek a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. Spiritual practices, such as meditation, reflection, and study of teachings, are identified as effective ways to access this hidden power. Spiritual awakening involves, among other things, the deconstruction of limiting beliefs that have been imposed on us throughout our lives. Many of the teachings found in the manuscripts emphasize the importance of questioning what we have learned and opening our minds to new possibilities. This process can be challenging, but it is essential for those seeking to ascend to a higher state of consciousness. The idea is that, by freeing ourselves from dogmas and prejudices, we can connect with our true essence. Furthermore, the manuscripts talk about the importance of intention in the spiritual journey. Having a clear purpose and a genuine desire to evolve can be a powerful motivator. When we commit to following this path, the synchronicities and opportunities for growth become more evident. The texts suggest that, by aligning our actions with this intention, we open doors to profound transformation, both internal and external. An interesting aspect that appears in discussions about ascension is the idea that everyone has the potential to become beings of light. The manuscripts teach that by accessing our hidden power and awakening to our true nature, we can not only transform our lives but also positively impact those around us. This collective change is seen as a necessary evolution for humanity. Spiritual awakening and ascension are presented as an individual, but also a collective journey. Every step taken towards self-knowledge is a step towards spiritual freedom. The texts remind us that, by freeing ourselves from the bonds of the cycle of reincarnation, we can truly begin to live according to our divine purpose, thus contributing to a more enlightened and conscious world. Religious institutions, such as the Church, have always played a central role in shaping the beliefs and values of a society. Historically, these institutions have not only disseminated dogma, but also shaped the way individuals understand spirituality and creation. Often, knowledge that could challenge the official narrative was silenced or distorted. This occurred because at different times, religious leaders feared that alternative ideas could destabilize their power and influence over the masses. Furthermore, maintaining tight control over the interpretation of sacred texts was a common strategy. Authors and thinkers who proposed different views, such as the idea that human creation was linked to a celestial conflict, were often marginalized. History is full of examples of how dissenting voices were silenced, and how documents that could question the official narrative were destroyed or hidden. This practice has led to a limited understanding of what ancient manuscripts actually say about humanity's origin and purpose. On the other hand, the Church and other institutions often presented a simplified and accessible version of the stories, focusing on aspects that reinforced obedience and fear of deities. This approach not only helped consolidate the authority of institutions, but also made many feel comfortable accepting these explanations without question. Thus, the search for deeper answers about our existence was discouraged, perpetuating the idea that truth was something that should be accepted without challenge. It is interesting to note that over time, many of the teachings that we today consider occult or esoteric were at some point part of mainstream religious discourse. The idea that humans are destined to evolve spiritually and become divine guardians, for example, could have been a widely accepted belief. However, as institutions became more rigid, these ideas were relegated to oblivion, as if they were too dangerous for people's salvation. The resistance of religious institutions to addressing these topics also reflects a fear of the unknown. When talking about the true nature of creation and spiritual evolution, it implies that each individual has the potential for a deeper understanding of themselves and the universe. Thus, the possibility that everyone can find their own spiritual path can be a threat to the centralized power that these institutions seek to maintain. By keeping people away from the truth, they ensure that dependence and submission continue to prevail. And so, the story of human creation reveals itself to be much more complex than we imagined. These ancient manuscripts offer us a new perspective, a vision that challenges what we have learned since we were children. What do we really know about our origins? Are we just here to play a role in a cosmic game that we don't even understand? What if our true mission on Earth is much greater than the search for salvation? Imagine discovering that we are part of a greater divine plan, destined to become guardians of a power that has been hidden from us. But what if this knowledge was actually the key to breaking the chains of oblivion? It's time to question, what else is being hidden from us? What other dark secrets are buried in the pages of banned texts? What if the spiritual evolution we seek so much was already within our reach, just waiting for us to wake up to it? Stay with us because there is still so much more to explore. What do you think you will find in the shadows of history? What new truths might emerge? Get ready, because this journey is just beginning. Are you ready to uncover the unknown?